Don't you want somebody to love? Don't you need somebody to love? Wouldn't you love somebody to love? You better find somebody to love.
Yes, you need to find someone or something you love. In this case, it's going to be Bitcoin, because the Federal Reserve and the banking system is going to flood the system with printing endless amounts of money, and only 21 million Bitcoin are ever going to exist, and that's why Bitcoin is going to the moon. But in this video, we're going to focus on the delusional bears that we can see in the markets calling for lower numbers. Because if you've been following my channel, you know that each and every time I was absolutely right for calling the bottom exactly here. And even during this major consolidation period over here, I told you that the price is not going to dump even lower. And even during this major consolidations, exactly within these levels, I was the one calling for the bottom and saying that we're not going to see a lower price. But yes, my message was absolutely clear for saying it is not about timing the market, it's about time in the market. And if you would have held during this major dump and this major bearishness that we can see in the markets, you would have been absolutely fine. And to enter the markets exactly here where I was calling the bottom for Bitcoin, and now we are seeing that the overall market is going to turn around and that all these delusional bears are going to get wrecked. Like I told you in previous videos, that the bears are going to be absolutely obliterated. So if you're new to my channel, and by the way guys, this video is going to be the 500th video that I'm going to upload on my YouTube channel, and I'm here exactly since the bottom of Bitcoin in the year 2023, giving you all of this information. But with that being said guys, smash up the like button, make sure to be subscribed, and let's get directly over to all the latest news. Because yes, Strategy has acquired 34,164 Bitcoin, equivalent to 2.4 billion at the price of 74,395. So they bought the dip exactly here during this major consolidation period and exactly at the levels where we broke the 100 moving average. So yes guys, this is the first bullish news, but we're going to look at the price movement of Bitcoin on the long-term perspective and in the immediate short term. But most importantly guys, I posted this morning, Bitcoin is going higher. Why? Time symmetry, 730 days after we broke the previous all-time high, key horizontal levels, trend support and the moving averages, and it suggests we are in a mid-cycle correction, not a bear market. Next leg is expansion. And yes guys, we're still going to look at the weekly chart, but first of all, yes, the money printer is going to be turned back on and we could expect a lot of liquidity entering the markets. But most importantly guys, whales are going crazy. The largest Bitcoin accumulation since 2013, let that sink in. Smart money isn't waiting, they're loading up on Bitcoin, and this is exactly what you should be doing. You should position yourself before the next leg towards the upside, like we opened these positions on Solana and also Bitcoin. We already realized some profits and our stop loss is already in break even. But ultimately guys, I do expect, yes, the market is going to open volatile in a few minutes. In exactly 50 minutes, the US market is going to open, and I do expect a short-term volatility. But overall guys, after this volatility, we should expect that the price movement of Bitcoin, Solana and even Ethereum should see a major push towards the upside, because overall guys, the sentiment in the market is extremely bullish. The weekly ETF inflows from April 13 to April 17, Bitcoin plus 996 million and Ethereum saw an inflow of 276 million. But yes, we can also see when it comes to liquidity and money printing going absolutely ballistic, we could expect that Bitcoin will follow the M2 money supply. And if you want to stay up to date what is happening in the overall crypto market guys, I'm posting each and every post over on my YouTube community posts. So make sure to sign up to 𝗕𝗏𝗃, make sure to be subscribed, and you can also sign up to my free Telegram group where I keep you up to date what is happening in the overall crypto market. But overall guys, we can see a lot of delusional bears. Like 𝗕𝗏𝗃𝗫 posted, Iran has rejected to take part in the second round of talks with the US. First of all, news is a lot of BS. Don't believe in news, zoom out and focus on the charts and the fundamental values of Bitcoin. And when it comes to money printing, guys, you buying the scarcest asset being Bitcoin. And when it comes to crypto, this is a new innovation. We're still extremely early. But let's get deeper into this post. This Bitcoin fractal will continue to repeat, expecting a major correction after we have seen this fractal, this play out, so a high, broke towards the downside. Again, the same fractal as we saw here, sideways consolidation, breakout towards the upside, got rejected at the 100 moving average, major breakdown, once again this fractal, consolidation, major pump towards the upside, and once again this major reversal. But guys, something is extremely different. First of all, here we saw that Bitcoin got a clear rejection at the 100 moving average, but here we see that we are retesting the 100 moving average after we broke it towards the upside and perfectly hit our price target of $78,000, which I told you in the previous video is going to be the next target. But if we're going to zoom in on the daily chart, we can perfectly see that yes, we broke the 100 moving average, but if we're going to remove this trend line, we can perfectly see that Bitcoin on the daily chart came all the way back down to the 13 moving average. We had this close on the daily chart back above the 13 moving average, and now we are seeing that the 13 moving average is about to cross the 100 moving average, and this is extremely bullish, guys. But ultimately, guys, this is exactly what I've been talking about, that we want to see the price movement goes up in stairs. This is healthy for the overall crypto market if we are seeing these retracements coming all the way back down to the 13 moving average and to retest major resistance as support, because here we can see that we tested this level with what major resistance all the way at these levels, but this was perfect support, and we saw that the price movement of Bitcoin saw a continuation towards the upside, and this is exactly what I expect. The price movement of Bitcoin held this exact pivot point of the 100 moving average in confluence with a 13 moving average and this trend line that we are forming on the lower time frames. Because if we go over on the 4-hour chart, then we can perfectly see that the price movement of Bitcoin is perfectly within this uptrend, this green trend line, once again perfectly in line with the 50 moving average, this blue line on the 4-hour chart. But ultimately, guys, we can see the resistance, which was previous support exactly here, and all the way at this level, we can see it was resistance, and this perfectly lines up with a 13 moving average. And once we're going to break this level during the stock market open, we could expect some major volatility, maybe even breaking this level, coming all the way back down, all the way to the 13 moving average, which should be exactly within these levels. But ultimately, guys, I believe that the next price target is going to be the $80,000, because yes, I'm not going to be a delusional bear and miss the exact bottom. We are seeing a lot of things lining up, the liquidity that is going to enter the market, and of course the bottom formation of 2022, which perfectly lines up. And yes, like I posted, if you really believe in fractals, then at least stick to one that actually makes sense. After a month of downtrend, this is exactly what we could expect for Bitcoin and what is the overall sentiment within this market. And this is also what exactly I've told you all along, that the bottom is in and that the next move is going to shock all of these bears, which are delusional bearish, and we could expect a major pump, first of all to the $80,000, but the overall price target is the 200 moving average, and after that we could expect that Bitcoin is going to see a fast move all the way to the $100,000, and all these delusional bears that wanted to buy even lower, they're going to buy even higher. And this is going to push the price movement of Bitcoin even higher. Because yes, a lot of liquidity is going to enter the market, and we are seeing that the stock market, the S&P 500, is at a major high. So ultimately, guys, maybe we could expect a small consolidation to fill this gap that formed over the weekend. But ultimately, guys, I do expect that we're going to see a fast move for the overall crypto market and especially for Bitcoin. Solana, and also Ethereum, which are going to see a major push. So if you want to trade all of these moves and stay up to date what is happening in the overall crypto market, make sure to be subscribed to 𝗕𝗵𝗴𝗴𝗀, and we see each other in the next video.